Good evening. This is TV1 News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, Milimbe successfully linked to POM, new trucks introduced to PNG, and ISO outmuscle Eagles. The arrival of the first 4 vehicles from Milimbe province in Port Moresby yesterday has signified the successful completion of the Magi Highway missing link. Milimbe is now physically connected to the national economy, enhancing administrative service delivery, tourism, trade and logistics. Works and Highways Minister Solan Merisim welcomed this historical achievement in the government's Connect PNG program.
The Works Department staff from Milimbe and provincial administration officers drove 13 hours, arriving in Port Moresby at 11 a.m. yesterday morning. This road now links a critical missing link that is part of the Southern Region Corridor Connectivity Plan, which aims to connect Milimbe Province to the National Capital District via the Central Province. The missing link stretches across Kupiano in Abao District and connects with Boal Kilakila in the Alatau District of Milimbe Province. Under Phase 1 of the Connect PNG program, the government aims to connect all the unlinked provincial capitals to the national road network, starting with Port Moresby to Alatau apart from Karama Town. According to Works and Highways Minister Solan Merisim, this road connection has been a long-standing national infrastructure challenge since independence and was relieved that it has been realized in time for the 50th Golden Jubilee anniversary celebrations. The connectivity will see cost reduction, especially on freight and travel, improving access for local produce to markets, and increased number of SMEs in Central and Milimbe provinces respectively. In terms of security and sovereignty, this road replaces the region to be a strategic part of the country on border monitor, emergency, disaster response and mobility. According to Minister Merisim, full road sealing works will commence to bring the road to an all-weather standard road. A formal launching ceremony is also being planned to formally launch this historic milestone achievement by the Prime Minister and the Governor-General. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
Following the arrival of the first vehicles from Alatau to Port Moresby, Prime Minister James Marape described the Alatau-Port Moresby route as an iconic tourism highway in the making. He said while the highway is still in its early development phase and not fully sealed, it represents a major breakthrough in national infrastructure. To safeguard this progress, Marape confirmed that police stations will be built along strategic sections of this and other highways, as they must be safe and secure for people to use. He also revealed a new land policy initiative being developed with the Department of Lands and the Department of Commerce and Industry to ensure landowners along the highways can register their land and use it as bankable collateral to start businesses. Marape assured the nation that construction is continuing on remaining links, with less than 30 kilometers left to complete the Port Moresby-Alatau connection, as he plans to take a drive the full stretch of the highway later this year in August. In an effort to reduce its carbon footprint, CocaCola Euro-Pacific Partners has imported 5 electric trucks, 1 for Port Moresby and 4 for the industrial city of Lae. This was made possible through a partnership with Express Freight Management. This means the company is the first in Papua New Guinea to use electric trucks that have zero tailpipe emissions, no engine noise that would contribute to noise pollution, and because they depend on electricity, there will be no need for fossil fuels.
The CocaCola Euro-Pacific Partners, in partnership with Express Freight Management, launched their new electric trucks at the Lae Depot warehouse on Friday, 20th June 2025. 1 electric truck will be used in Port Moresby, while 4 will operate in PNG's industrial hub of Lae City. CCEP PNG's Commercial Director, Tim Solly, outlined that the introduction of these state-of-the-art vehicles into their logistics operation alludes to their bold commitment to a cleaner, greener future. The company is expecting 5 more electric trucks to bring their total fleet to 10. The electric trucks have a battery capacity of 500 kilowatts and can be charged for 6 hours at 60 amps before they can be used to distribute products from CCEP sites to customer sites.
And the infrastructure around the charging was one of the big considerations that we had, and it was a concern for us at the beginning. But we actually end up charging them on our site or on EFM's site, and we actually have the ability, if the power does go off, to use our own gen sets as well. So the reality is we do have the ability to make sure they're fully charged. In addition to that, they actually go about 300 kilometres per charge anyway, so they're much more efficient and effective than fuel-based vehicles.
Managing Director of Express Freight Management, Robert Howden, echoed the sentiment, saying together they are setting a new benchmark for logistics in Papua New Guinea.
Working with CocaCola has been really positive, considering that this is a groundbreaking initiative for them. And here we are today with a truck that says 100% electric. It's taken time, it's taken planning, and the results so far have been better than expected, so we're very happy. And it is primarily for distribution, it's exactly what Tim was saying. So we are making a difference and we are cutting down on the carbon emissions.
There are 2 charging stations with the capacity to charge 2 electric trucks at the same time. One is in Port Moresby, while the other is in Lae. Depending on the load, terrain, and distance, an electric truck can potentially run for 5 days before requiring a charge. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Lae.
One of Mabos' landowner companies, Ahi Investment Limited, is celebrating 10 years of growth since its incorporation in 2015. Over 200 staff participated in a celebratory event on Tuesday, June 17, at the Lae Inland Logistics Yard.
Ahi Investment Limited had initially started as Ahi Holdings on April 8, 1994. The company was established to generate economic benefits for the 6 Ahi landowner villages of Butibam, Hengali, Kamkumum, Yanga, Wagang, and Yalu. Mismanagement led to the collapse of the company in 2010, and a legal battle ensued to return assets back to the rightful beneficiaries. This led to the eventual deregistration of Ahi Holdings that same year. In 2015, Ahi Investment started on a clean slate under new leadership. This year marks 10 years of growth and progress for the landowner company, with the deputy chairman of the AIL board, Gay Galang, sharing that a decade ago the company had only one wheel loader.
AIL, our customer functions first, we started with stevedoring, and we established ourselves with stevedoring, but now we're going through properties and also like customs, cottage, and we also the first Papua New Guinea landowner company to go in with the customs with some of the functions now at this the area hill. So our main focus is for logistics and shipping.
The landowner company has a diverse portfolio containing a number of joint venture firms and wholly owned subsidiaries, including Lae Inland Logistics, Coastal Industrial Services, Coastal Retail Services, Ahi Properties, and Ahi Terminal Services. AIL hosted a celebration for its staff on Tuesday, June 17th, while a major sports tournament will be hosted next week for the 6 Ahi villages at Igam Barracks. Carol Kiru Jr., TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, new cocoa nurseries for Pomio and efforts to maintain fish quality. Welcome back. 6 council wards of Pomio local level government in Pomio district will now have their own cocoa nurseries. The wards include Galue, Mama Pomio, Sali, Olaipun 1 and Olaipun 2. The East New Britain Provincial Administration and Pomio District Administration are working in collaboration with United Nations Development Programme and PNG Cocoa Board to establish cocoa nurseries and facilitate nursery management training in these wards. The training started on the 10th and is expected to end on the 28th of June this year. This is part of Component 2 of the Food Systems, Land Use and Restoration Program that is funded by the Global Environment Facility 7 and led by the World Bank. Meanwhile, the Center of Excellence in Financial Inclusion is also facilitating financial literacy training in the communities from the 16th to the 29th of June as part of the program. Fish is an essential part of the daily diet of riverine and coastal communities in the Greater Sepik region in Papua New Guinea. It is also a reliable source of regular income for smallholders in the area. EU Strait PNG is helping fishing groups in these areas to retain the quality and freshness of their catch for sale by providing 2 solar ice-making mini plants. One set up in Aitape, West Sepik Province, and the other in Wewak, East Sepik Province. Keeping fish cold with ice for preserving its freshness and quality for longer periods of time is essential to coastal communities, especially those of the Greater Coastal Sepik region.
It's important to have ice because we need to keep our product fresh. Be it a cooler room for vegetables, but in fish, we know that ice is very important to keep the fish fresh. That's why we are producing ice for them. And besides, this is Wewak. We have sunlight all through the year, so we might as well tap into this solar sunlight from the skies and utilize it to produce our ice. So what basically we need is sun and water. So currently we're getting our water from the main town supply. Hopefully when we have our tank filled, then we can start getting our water from the rain through the tanks, through the solar ice maker plant.
In Wewak, EU Strait PNG has supported the coastal fisheries value chain with a new solar mini ice plant set up in the Wewak main market area, East Sepik Province. One other solar mini ice plant is also set up in Aitape, West Sepik Province.
So this is where we come in. So with our new introduction, as you can see in my background, first of all, with those 2 containers at the back, one is the sales room, that is hosting cooler boxes, that have cooler boxes in them, and the other one is the solar ice maker plant, a mini plant. So the solar ice maker plant produces ice to sell to the fishermen. And the power is derived from the solar panels that we have laid out in this mini solar farm. There is about 5 rows of 6 panels that are connected together, that is connected by the cable to the ice plant, and it produces ice. If it's a good, full sunny day, you can produce ice within 2 hours.
Opu emphasized that the EU Strait PNG program with its partners provides critical support for fishing households to improve their incomes, improve food and nutrition security, and is working on enhancing post-harvest processing and also market access.
Basically, we've been trying to assist in post-harvest of the fish that we get here. So this is something the program came up with because first of all we introduced the FTP fish smoking device, but that was only for 2 women groups, and we did some portable ones and we're still trialing them. So, and these are for smoked fish, but we are getting the impression that the fishermen, when they're lucky, they get a lot of money from the supermarkets when they sell fresh fish. So basically we're coming up with this initiative to support the fishermen. We provide them cooler boxes already. So the most next logical step would be to find some way to provide them ice as well. So this is what we came up with.
The solar mini ice plant in Wewak is being operated by Troy Fishing Project, a local trading company based in the province. 27-year-old Troy Mabos recently left a job in his area of expertise in environmental health in Port Moresby, returned home to support his mother to operate the solar mini ice plant in Wewak. Only 2 weeks into operations following a lengthy and complicated setup process, Troy is adamant to ensure this solar ice plant is successful in its aim to supply ice to local fishers and fishing groups. The solar mini ice plant has the ability to produce 10 5 kilograms of ice blocks within a 90-minute period, depending on the day's sunlight.
If we are in a good day, the harvest system 1 has 2 ice molds. So in the 2 system, 10 ice molds in each system. So both it's like 20 ice. So we don't tend both system at once. So once we tend the system 1, the harvest is 10. So when we switch to the system 2, the harvest another 10. So like for a day, there'll be like 30 or 40 ice bricks produced. So it's like 4 harvests. But we are yet to find the average because of the sun. We did not get enough sunlight for the last couple of days we've been working, and we're yet to get the average of the ice that we produced. But yesterday we did successfully 2 harvests, system 1 and system 2. We did a harvest of 20 ice bricks.
The solar mini ice plant is also a week into its operations. Troy highlighted the lengthy and complicated setup process.
How we came to know all the systems and operating all the systems of be a plant operator here is the manufacturer itself. Our team from Melbourne, they came down to here a week ago, yes, and then he left last Saturday. So when he was here, we faced a lot of problems. While going through all the problems, the boys sort of having the hands-on everything. So we ran the troubleshoot together, and now when he left, actually everything wasn't working properly. So yesterday I had a video call with the manufacturer himself, the guy who's putting up the ice plant at the back of me, and then the manufacturer of the DD, the system that is running the ice. So 3 of us, we had a joint video call, and then they were instructing me, so I did everything, the setup together. So now the machine is working at its maximum operation or the speed.
The 27-year-old says his decision to resign from a job he found difficult to leave is to follow his passion.
I actually find a really good job. I was in Port Moresby, and then I came back to that. I was working, and then I signed my resignation letter a month ago, which I don't really like, but I think the thing that really got me to left my job is I love being with people. I've spent lots of my time with the community. I've been working with an NGO in Pacific region. I've been traveling along the Pacific River, done so much with the community. So that's where my passion is. I'm following my passion. I love my good job, and now I'm here to help my people in New York.
A pilot program in the Northern Territory, Australia, is providing 14 childhood educators from Papua New Guinea opportunities to acquire new skills and enhance their existing qualification. The educators have been working at early childhood centres in the regional centres of Alice Springs and Catherine under the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme's Early Childhood Education and Care Pilot. The Papua New Guinean educators are graduating this month from a preparation program, which builds on their existing qualifications in early education to support their transition into an Australian workplace. The educators will work in childcare centres for up to 4 weeks under the long-term stream of the PALM scheme. There are currently over 2,000 PALM workers from PNG in Australia working in sectors including meat processing, agriculture, and aged care. You're watching TV1 News. Sports is next. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. In sports, the clinical first half performance from the PRK Gulf ISO was sure enough to put to rest the fast finishing Wampna Mount Hagen Eagles outfit in the round 11 of Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition this afternoon. The ISO takes home 2 competition points, beating Eagles 20-16 at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby.
Now, quick ball out to Becky. Becky looking for his fullback.
The PRK Gulf ISO was on full swing in the first 40 minutes of the game against Mount Hagen Eagles today, leading 18 points to 4, but struggled to string together decent performance in the second half, allowing the Eagles to fight back. The Eagles scored 3 unanswered tries to put the team back into the contest, but the penalty goal from Felix Becky gave ISO every reason to hang on to their 4 points lead until the final blow of the whistle.
Charles Sewell now, quick ball out to Becky. Becky looking for his fullback, finds Kenny Laho. Kenny Laho untouched. He's gonna score. Improves the position, plants it down.
The ISO may go home with the 2 competition points with narrow win, but there is going to be a lot to work on given their scrappy second half performance. The Eagles, on the other hand, have shot themselves on the foot with poor first half performance. They came strong and firing in the second half, but the damage was already done in the first half. Stuart Manda and Silas Joshua should hold their heads high for their effort in the losing side.
Now they go back the other way. Just working through the hands. Nice, turning it back on the
Manda,
inside.
what a
Great
run,
line.
Manda. Taking on the
Stuart
fullback.
Manda's got to go all the way.
Oh, Manda's gonna get over.
The try scorers for the Gulf ISO side include Kenny Laho, Ismail Vayake, and Chris Peter. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
Papua New Guinea will be entering Australia National Rugby League in 2028, and all the hype is mounting as PNG Rugby League faithfuls anticipating on players that will be picked for the inaugural team. At this crucial time, 3 PNG promising rugby league talents in Australia showed they can be considered for the PNG inaugural team when they helped Queensland win the Under-19 State of Origin last Thursday.
The trio, Sam Stephenson, Cooper Bai and Philip Coates, donned Maroons jerseys last Thursday and made the state of Queensland proud when they defeated the New South Wales Blues Under-19 team 23 points to 22 in a clinical performance. Stephenson and Coates had both represented PNG in the recent Junior Cumul's team that drew against Australian schoolboys team in Port Moresby. Cooper, son of PNG Rugby League legend Marcus Bai, is yet to play for PNG but has a promising Rugby League career ahead of him, with all players potentially be interested to sign with new PNG franchise. They will come under consideration with PNG open to negotiate with players in 2027. Coming through the club's junior development program, Stephenson is contracted to Gold Coast Titans until the end of 2027, and Bai is also contracted to the Titans on train and trial deal this year. And for Coates, as his elder brother and Melbourne Storm winger Xavier Coates is coming through the Brisbane Broncos development program. Meanwhile, PNG NRL Chief Executive Officer Andrew Hill recently said that PNG team is not allowed by the NRL to meet with players and discuss about their recruitment, but he is keeping a close watch on potential signings in 2027. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
And that's the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast.
This is a renewal of heavy rain and potential flood warning issued by Papua New Guinea National Weather Service for Momasa and NGI region, Western, Gulf, Milne Bay Islands, Oro, Southern Highlands and Hela provinces. Potential heavy rains are expected over the mentioned warning areas within the next 24 hours, which can cause flash and riverine flooding. Landslides are expected over prone areas for the next 24 hours. All the residents of the mentioned communities are advised to take necessary precautions during the warning period.
And that ends the news tonight. Tomorrow's bulletin will be at 8:15 p.m. due to the live broadcast of the NRL games. Pleasant viewing. Good night.